Upon arriving at Hostomel, the Russian helicopters launched rocket attacks on the airport to pave the way for the airborne landing. The initial rocket bombardment destroyed some Ukrainian air defenses precisely, leading Ukrainian officials to suspect the involvement of a Russian intelligence operative within the airport. However, the attack did not significantly weaken the Ukrainian defenses around the airport. The Russian airborne units disembarked and began capturing the airport. The Ukrainian defenders, consisting of approximately 300 poorly equipped soldiers, including inexperienced draftees, offered limited resistance. One Ukrainian National Guardsman, Serhiy Falatyuk, shot down a Russian helicopter with a 9K-38 Igla, boosting the morale of the conscripts. As the fighting intensified, the Ukrainian air defenses became more effective. The helicopter of Russian commander Captain Ivan Boldyrev was hit and forced to make an emergency landing. With the arrival of more Russian paratroopers and their spread across the airport, the Ukrainian garrison was overwhelmed, leading to the capture of the airport by the Russian forces. Despite overcoming the initial Ukrainian resistance, the Russian paratroopers continued to face opposition from armed civilians and the 3rd Special Purpose Regiment. The Ukrainians also launched heavy artillery bombardments on the airport. Ukrainian General Valery Zaluzhny recognized the threat posed by the Russian bridgehead in Hostomel and ordered the 72nd Mechanized Brigade under Colonel Oleksandr Vodovichenko to launch a counterattack. At a critical moment in the battle, the 4th Rapid Reaction Brigade of the National Guard, supported by the Ukrainian Air Force, launched a large-scale counterattack. The Russian forces, lacking armored vehicles, relied on air support to fend off the Ukrainian advances. Ukrainian warplanes, including at least 2 Su-24s and a MiG-29, provided air support alongside surviving Ukrainian aircraft. The Ukrainians quickly deployed reinforcements, including the Georgian Legion, and a unit of the Ukrainian air assault forces. The ongoing battle prevented the Russian Il-76 strategic airlifters, carrying reinforcements, from landing at the airport, potentially forcing them to return to Russia. Ukrainian military units surrounded the airport and pushed back the Russian forces by the evening, forcing the remaining Russian paratroopers to retreat to forests outside the airport. Mamuka Mamulashvili, the commander of the Georgian Legion, claimed that his men ran out of ammunition and resorted to using his car to run over retreating Russian paratroopers. The 4th Rapid Reaction Brigade later posted an image on their Facebook page, showing their soldiers celebrating the victory while holding a Ukrainian flag riddled with bullet holes. During the opening phase of the battle, the Antonov An-225 Maria, the world's largest airplane, was present at the airport. Initially, an Antonov pilot confirmed that the aircraft remained intact despite the fighting. However, on February 27th, a Ukroboronprom press release claimed that the Maria had been destroyed by a Russian airstrike. On March 4th, Russian state-owned television channel Channel 1 Russia aired footage confirming the destruction of the Maria. On February 25, 2022, Russian mechanized ground forces advancing from Belarus, combined with another air assault by the VDV, Russian airborne troops, took control of Antonov Airport after partially breaking through Ukrainian defenses at the Battle of Ivankiv. Although some of the armored vehicles were ambushed before reaching Hostomel, Russian reinforcements eventually entered the airport and assisted in expelling the Ukrainian defenders. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that the capture of the airport involved around 200 helicopters and resulted in about 200 Ukrainian casualties, with no casualties on the Russian side. However, this claim was met with skepticism, as eyewitnesses and journalists present at the battle disputed these numbers. Initially, the Ukrainian Ministry of Internal Affairs denied that the airport had been fully captured by Russian forces, stating that it had been changing hands and that the battle was ongoing. The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense declared that the airfield was too damaged to be used by Russian troops. However, later in the day, Ukraine confirmed that Russian forces were in control of the airport.